Welcome back to Stacy So-and-So. Thank you for joining me again this week. This week's video is going to be a little bit shorter because it's more of a show and tell than a step-by-step tutorial. I don't know about you, but I'm so ready for spring. And in fact, this upcoming week, supposedly by Friday, we're going to be in the 80s. So it's going to be in the 70s, 60s, then the 70s. And then Friday, we'll get like a taste of like early summer, which I'm so looking forward to. But that has also been inspiring me to want to make clothes for warmer weather, because as much as I love a good cozy sweater, I think I might be done. I think I'm done with the cold weather. I know I'm done with the cold weather. I am ready for not blazing hot, but I'm looking forward to some, spring, early summer. And so that has really been inspiring me to sew. So today's project of what I made was I wanted to make a pair of pants. Like I said in my previous video, pants have always been my nemesis. I don't know why, but this time they're very simple, but I made a successful pair of pants and I'm excited about it. But then I was like, this would be really cute. I wonder if I have enough excess left over to make a little top to go with it so that it's kind of a set. And I was able to eke it out. I will give you an overview here about how I did the top, because I dug through all of my patterns and I'm like, oh, I didn't have anything in my pattern stash that would work with the amount of fabric that I had left over. So I'm really excited about the way this turned out. So give me just a second. I'm going to turn the camera around and kind of give you just a little show of what I made. And then I will also try it on so you can see how it fits. Okay, so before I try on my new outfit and show you the options of how I'll wear it, I will give you an idea on how I came up with and made this top. First, let me say, you will see a seam up the back of this one. It's very faint. You don't really notice it, I think, just because of the material. And the only reason I had to do that was I had to get creative because I had very little fabric left over. So the way I came up with it, I came in here, my sewing room, was having my morning cup of coffee. I still have my pajamas on, and I'm just sitting there staring at the piece of fabric on my cutting table. And I just happened to look down and went, wait a minute. I paid attention to the pajama top I had on. I thought, I think this is it, because I couldn't find a pattern that would work. And I thought, I can use my pajama top as a pattern. I think this will work. So let me show you real quick. I've got it laid out here on the table and I'll show you how I did it. Okay, so this is the pajama top that I was wearing. So I folded it in half and I laid it out on the fold. And I did that for the front part of the shirt. So I just took my tailor's chalk out. I traced all the way around and made an adjustment on, because obviously if I was tracing all the way around, it would have been the back part of the neck. So I just kind of guessed and eyeballed how far down I wanted it to come. And so I just simply traced it out, cut it out. For the back piece, like I said, I had to get creative. I had to cut it in two pieces. So I didn't lay it out in a fold. I just laid out my fabric the best way I could and traced it all the way around. Again, leaving the back part of the neck. I didn't cut it down any further, but I traced two of them on two separate pieces of fabric as I could get it to fit. And that was essentially it. I did have to make some adjustments. Like, this shirt is much longer. Again, since I was working with such a limited amount of fabric, I did have to cut it off a little bit shorter, but adding the lace to replace what I had to cut off, I think it worked out really well. I think it was meant to be. But I am going to actually lay this shirt out on some paper, trace it, make the adjustments. Like, these armholes are much bigger than I really wanted. It didn't work well with the fabric I was using. And I've lost some weight, so it is a little bit bigger. So I did have to adjust how far I wanted the sleeves to, where I wanted the armholes to be, and then just made an adjustment accordingly, coming down the seam. But you could do this with any of the shirts that you have in your closet. If you want to see me actually do this, I'm happy to do a tutorial. Just leave a comment below. I am thinking about making this again with like a matching cardigan out of this material. This is like a, excuse me, very thin sweater material, which would be great for spring. So yeah, thinking about making another one. So let me know if you'd like to see how I do it. All right, time for me to go try on some clothes. So I think I'm going to get a lot of uses out of those pieces through spring and into summer. I love the fact that the material doesn't wrinkle, and I feel inspired to make some more of those pants. They're so comfortable. I'm thinking maybe like getting more of like a drapey kind of jersey. I think that would be fabulous, especially for summer. So we shall see. I do feel inspired to try it again now that I finally made my first successful pair of pants that didn't involve a great deal of like, tweaking here and there. So anyway, I hope that you enjoyed this week's video. I appreciate that you are here. I hope you will join me again next week. I am debating between doing another clothing project, or because Easter's coming up, I have an idea of something I'd like to make for Easter. So we'll see. You'll have to check back next week to see what I decide to do. So until then, everyone have a wonderful day, a wonderful week, and as always, happy sewing.